What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to FudgeMuppet. It's Scott here, and today we are talking Fallout 76 again. And today I just wanted to talk about this air of pessimism that's sort of surrounding Fallout 76, and mostly due to a lot of the leaks about the multiplayer, and everyone's like, oh, Bethesda's going down the shitter, this isn't what we wanted, and so on. But I actually have this feeling that they won't abandon or deviate too far from their core open-world RPG experience. Not that much, which leads me to believe that this Fallout game will maybe have some co-op or something like PvE versus some PvP Rust kind of scenario. I don't think it's going to swing that far to the online experience. I would bet that it's going to be, Fallout 4, but with multiplayer, with two of your friends or something like that, or up to 5 players, like other rumors have been going around and from the trailer with the little board game. Anyways, one thing I know Bethesda has seemed to have done, even in the lifespan of Fallout 4, is to right some of the wrongs, some of the things that people were pissed off with. For example, Fallout 4 did lack a lot of role-playing capability, especially in the being evil department, and there wasn't heaps of choice. You could go through the main story of Fallout 4, and then right at the end you could just basically pick which faction you wanted to side with. There was no real consequence there, but in Far Harbor they introduced a storyline with plenty of choices. You could do lots of different factions and lots of different outcomes, and with Nuka World it offered the opportunity to truly roleplay as a bad guy and have that raider experience, which people like me really appreciated. But to me, what that all tells me is that Bethesda was making a good step in the right direction and listening to fan feedback and trying to, incorporate it with the DLCs. So that sort of makes me think, with a Fallout 76, a new Fallout game, that they're going to use this opportunity to improve upon what some of the things that fans thought were lacking, while possibly also introducing a new co-op Fallout experience alongside the revival of role-playing choices, and according to some interesting leaks, which we take with a giant grain of salt, even skills and more complex leveling mechanics. Even in terms of role-playing a character, the Vault 76 sort of setup, or at least how I think it's going to go down, there's a lot of potential for a lot of character freedom. Sure, you have to come from Vault 76, but hopefully there is a relatively blank slate for you and perhaps other co-op Vault 76 dweller buddies to go out and shape/rebuild/reclaim this brand new irradiated world, and to interact with its inhabitants in a way that you see fit, instead of being holed into searching for your son and having to have this sympathetic cause. Perhaps dialogue will be fixed up, giving you a multitude of options once again. What interests me is the slim chance that skills come back, which I never thought they would do, but I have seen a few leaks that suggest skills would make a return and that perks would change. In Fallout 4, perks were entirely built around special stats, but now, if they would return to the classic Fallout leveling of New Vegas and Fallout 3, honestly, that's something I would love to see, perhaps a hybrid of the systems, because Fallout 4 had some pretty boring-ass essential perks like Rifleman and Hacker, which were essentially just skills like the gun or the science skills from before. The perks in the older games were unique playstyle changing things, mostly, not all of them, but like Shotgun Surgeon helped you make a shotgun specialized character, or Slayer with super fast melee, not just a bonus of damage to your weapons. Overall, I want to remain optimistic and put out an air of positivity. What do you guys think? With Fallout 4 DLCs, they did make an effort to incorporate fan feedback and try and address their features, and that gives me cause to believe that they're not just going to bait and switch and go, here's a new Fallout title, but it's not an open world RPG with, a handcrafted factions and characters and locations to discover and cool weapons, but instead they're just gonna bait and switch and go for some Rust thing. I feel like that would be really bad PR move. It just wouldn't work well. But you never know what they could do, but it's why I think it's going to be a co-op Fallout game. So just imagine Fallout 4 with co-op. That's the kind of vibe I imagine. Anyway, Bethesda has shown with the DLCs that they do listen to the fans and are trying to please. So I'm going to remain optimistic until E3 and they reveal a whole lot more. What do you guys think? Contribute to the discussion down below, and remember, we will be covering Fallout 76 very, very closely over E3, so I recommend you subscribe for that. I am so keen to get more information on this brand new Fallout game. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.